So you want to be a coach in a league, but you don't know how to start. There aren't any resources on YouTube, and Reddit isn't very helpful either. Don't worry, after watching this video, you will know everything you need to know to get started, and you will have a plan with actionable steps to begin your journey. This video is mostly about team coaching, but don't worry if you want to be an individual coach. It's really a subset of team coaching, so you aren't missing out on anything. Furthermore, most of your students above master tier are going to be team players, academy players, prime league players, so you want to be prepared for a team setting too. Our goal is to coach master plus teams, so I will be setting high standards for you, both in terms of learning and time commitment. The requirements to get into coaching are as follows. Diamond 1 in solo queue. This one is very important for two reasons. One, this guarantees that you have a certain amount of understanding of the game, that is at least at the minimum required level to coach master tier people. And furthermore, if you hit Diamond 1 while coaching yourself, you guarantee that your systems work to a certain extent. And if you can't hit Diamond 1 with your current systems, rethink them, fix them before you try to impose them onto other people. It's very important. I've seen a lot of gold, silver coaches who have no idea if their systems work because they just saw it on YouTube and they are telling them to their players. Don't be like that. Know what you are talking about. Then you need 3 or more hours of free time per day. This doesn't have to be every day, but at least 5 to 6 days per week is the minimum really. I cannot recommend less in good faith, since you will have around 3 scrim days per week, that's 3 hours, including preparation and post-scrim analysis. You will have coaching sessions, let's say 2 per week, and then you still need to learn how to coach better yourself. It's a constant process of improvement, and if you don't have the time for it, you will get stuck quickly and you will hurt other people, you will hurt yourself, you will regret it, and it will be very, very painful. I don't recommend that, it's not a good feeling. Anything else, you can learn on the job. So don't worry if you don't know how to draft, if you don't know how to make team compositions from zero, if you don't know how to provide players with good team play yet. You will learn everything on the job. There is no barrier to entry into coaching. As I said, I've seen coaches who were silver gold, had no idea about the game, but they still were coaches in master tier teams. So as you can see, the competition for spots in teams is low, and you don't need to worry about your skill that much, as you need to worry about your commitment and good learning process. Again, I cannot stress this enough. It doesn't matter how good you are now, you need the experience, you need to int some people to learn, but you need to be active and you need to be willing to learn. Otherwise you will get stuck and you will constantly hurt people, you will hurt teams, and you will not know why. Don't do that, it's bad. You need to be committed and ready to constantly improve. This means you record your sessions, VOD review them, and learn from them. That way you see all of the mistakes you are making and all of the good stuff that happens to validate you and push you forward. You should also go and watch other coaches. There are many coaching sessions of Veigar V2, LS, many other coaches. If you are Polish, you should also study Bezum carefully. Think critically about what happens in their sessions and learn from them. Compare to your sessions. How are they different? How are they talking to their players? Do you think it's good or bad? Why? This is how you get better and better at coaching. Constant analysis of your sessions and of how other coaches hold theirs. A quick note of how to find your students and teams. This will be needed for our plan. You have 3 Discords here. In these channels you will find teams, individual players. Just go and post there, DM people actively. This will help you get many students with little effort. As for the plan, you pick a role to coach and then you hold 9 sessions. 3 below platinum, 3 platinum to diamond, and 3 diamonds to plus. Below plat, you focus on being engaging and getting your student to actually understand what you are trying to say. You want to get your point across and hammer it right into their head. That way, you will quickly learn what works and what doesn't work in terms of getting people to actually learn and follow your training plans. Platinum to Diamond, I want you to pick a theme of each session and stick to it. Look at the Aeru session for reference. We stick to early game very heavily here. You focus on the theme around 90% of the session and then leave 10% for random stuff. I believe this to be the best way to make players improve, since if you tell them 30 different things, they won't remember them. But if you tell them a lot about this one thing, it should stick and they will get better quickly. Diamond 2 Plus, you do the same. This is mostly to get you familiarized with the higher level environment and get you used to the idea of coaching high elo players. After you hold and review these sessions, it's time to look for a team. Make yourself a short but professional message and post it in the Discords I gave you before. You should also be looking for any announcements of teams looking for coaches and just DM them straight away. While waiting for interviews, go watch other coaches on YouTube. Once you get to the interviews, stay calm, be confident, you will pass them. Most team owners are around gold and silver. Just tell them, I am process oriented, I want stable fundamentals, your team will be fine, and you will pass your interviews with no problem. Once you get into a team, you need to start building your own philosophy. You probably noticed that I said earlier about picking a theme that I believe it to be the best way to hold sessions. It's a part of my coaching philosophy. That's something I built up over time, but it needs to be done mindfully. You need to actually focus on it and think about this. That way, you always have a framework and a point of reference in your coaching. Besides that, congratulations, you became a team coach and you are ready to improve, learn and win. The one advice I will give you is to never give up. You might have hard splits where you make mistakes, where the team doesn't like you and you have to quit midway through. It's difficult, but it sometimes happens. You might have a year where your first jungler quits on the first day of the split, your second jungler is Turkish and can't speak English, he also doesn't attend team practice and he is kicked midway through. Your third jungler turns out to be a drug addict and he's also sexist, so he gets kicked midway through the second split. And your fourth jungler falls into deep depression and mental wounds in the final playoffs game. You will have years like that, it happens, but you will also have great years that are very rewarding and that make coaching very worth it. So remember, don't give up and you will see great success. That's all I have for you today. Huge thanks to my friend Cyrax for beta testing the footage. I will see you later. Goodbye.